What's poppin'? This is the step-by-step process of how I made $15,571 in 12 days with growth operating. Gonna be breaking down, how I got into it, what I'm doing, all the steps in between, and pretty much how I found success with it. Just a little bit to preface, this is not cap, this isn't on some bullshit. 2K on the school right now. So we got 2K recurring in MRR. Real Stripe is my perso account, 13.4K on there. So with that being said, who am I? What am I doing? Why am I talking to you? Well, I'm Austin Connell. I live in Texas, man. I'm 21. How did I actually get into all this? So about 6 months ago, scrolling on fucking Instagram, and I see this dude, Eddie Cumberbatch. Well, anyways, he's talking about, monetizing creators, monetizing an audience, leveraging their platform to basically turn eyeballs into cash flow. And I start thinking, man, this is kind of fucking sick. Like, what is he talking about? And I understand, the content ecosystem. I've been making a lot of content myself, so I love it. It feels like it would be natural for me. And I had never done any business experience. I just want to start with that. Completely raw dogged it. And 6 months later, we're at 15.5K. But anyways, right off the bat, I'm like, holy shit, this is sick. I'm learning so much knowledge. Like, it's just pouring in like a waterfall. Copywriting, sales, funnels, marketing, advertising, paid ads, fulfillment, service delivery, market research, products, all this cool stuff that I've never even thought about. I'm like, wow, so this is how people are actually doing all this, digital commerce, all this, info products. And so it's November 22nd, kind of talking at Thanksgiving, and I'm telling my parents, your Ponzi scheme, your fucking pyramid scheme. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna get in my bag. That's all I'm thinking. And from that point on, it's tunnel vision, dude. That's all I can think about. Look at this, tunnel vision. So I do outreach, which is basically you're hitting someone up to partner up with them, to monetize their audience, to help them leverage their platform, because at the moment you see that they're not doing it effectively or they haven't done it at all. So that's where I come in as an operator. I help a creator that's actually has skills, can make good content, and can convert people, that has a lot of goodwill with their audience, and people want access to them, to their skills, to their information. So that's pretty much the premise of the model. You're helping a creator leverage his audience by creating a coaching, consulting type of service, type of product where you can develop their audience's skill set, their mind, their body, their business, whatever that niche may be. That's where I can come in, systemize it, build a funnel, leverage their platform, make them money, get their clients results. So at this point, I'm a newbie and I'm just reaching out to people, sending hundreds of messages a day, hundreds of DMs, hundreds of voice memos, emails. People are telling me to fuck off. People are telling me, okay, it's kind of cool, not really interested. And finally, I get someone on the phone, and I'll show you actually, how I did it. The first time, it was a little more raw. The second time, you pull something up like this, right? And so you have this big mind map, and you actually show them how the process works and how you're gonna come in and do all of it for them and really delegate everything so that they don't have to do as much. Obviously, there's gonna be some work, don't lie to them. However, when you can show that you know your shit and that they don't have to do a lot, and you can orchestrate the whole thing and pull the strings like a puppet master, that's when people will take you seriously. That's a little key for outreach right there. It's a little gem. After that, I worked with my first client from about January, December, late December up until about, March, end of March. And so I'm learning, I'm building my skill set, I'm building a funnel, I'm helping build a product. And we scaled to about 7 to 8K over the course of 3 months. It was a slow grind, not the greatest, not the worst, but it wasn't the best fit. The product didn't fit the market as well as it could have. So we ended up, deciding to part ways. Great guy, shout out. That leads me to the next point, which is the story I'm telling you, 15.5. I'm back in the trenches of outreach. God forbid you're ever doing outreach, it sucks. Big takeaway. You want to think outside the box. And so a good example of that is my buddy Nicholas Vitovsky, shout out, Czech boy, he's in Prague right now. He helped scale a jewelry business offer. So basically you're coming in and you're helping people scale their jewelry business with content, with media, business ops, with actual, jewelry techniques, making the quality better. And I saw the proof of concept, and what did I do? I find this new niche, right? Well, I like rugs, and my buddies were telling me about it, so custom rugs, right? People pay good money for custom rugs. That one's cheap, but people will pay thousands of dollars for custom rugs. And so I started, doing a deep dive. There's a lot of creators that have super highly aesthetic ASMR rug videos. They're very skilled. They're good at content. And so I'm thinking, man, that is an untapped market. nobody has an offer teaching that. Nobody's actually doing it. So why not take advantage of it and have the whole market share to myself? So that's where you can really think about, like, what is something that is desired, it's in demand, the skill set's very like gate kept, or the barrier to entry is high to learn it. When you can productize that, put it out there and market it, people will buy that product. So I end up reaching out to this guy, Jared, shout out, it's my current client. What's good, brother? And so I DM him for about a week. I send him a video pitch explaining how I can help him, what we can do. It's not answering, I'm just spamming him. The money's in the follow-ups. And then finally I get him on the phone about a week later. We hop on a call, chop it up a little bit. Another tip, don't be a robot, guys. Just be a fucking human. I'm talking to him on FaceTime. I'm like, yo, what's good? Like, I really think we could scale this shit to the moon. Let's get after it. And so we get on a sales call finally, sign a contract. Now we're working together. So the first thing I do is market research. So I have him make a post on a story, set up a Calendly link to take some calls, and I talk to 30 people for about 30 minutes each. Basically, you're figuring out what they need, what's stopping them from getting there, and how the creator can help that. How can I bridge the gap, facilitate the transformation that the actual customer will need? In this case, it's someone who either A, doesn't have a rug business and wants to start, or B, has one, but it's not doing well. So they needed help with content, they needed help with business ops, they needed help with the website, with scaling, with pricing, all these different nuances that we could productize, that we could put together in the form of an offer of a coaching, consulting, course type of program, and then sell it. So after that, we start building out the product, building all the fulfillment systems, and then teasing it while it's happening, because you want to really tease this thing so you can have a fat ass launch. That is key. Big hype, big marketing. So at this point, we're building out the product. It's designed to make them succeed to the utmost capabilities. And then we finally launch it, right? So we price it at about $287 for a one-time purchase, or $48 per month for monthly recurring. You saw those two numbers. We do about 40 to 50 units of the 287, which is the 13K, and then another 40 to 50 of MRR, which was 48, and then a flash sale of like 28 when it was on launch. So that is how we got those numbers. And let me backtrack a little bit. As I was doing the hype, as I was building, I collected emails and phone numbers and a lot of extra data. So I made a type form asking them how much they're currently making, how much they want to make, what is stopping them to build their rug business, what do they need, what would they like to see in this. A lot of the questions that I asked in those market research calls, I also put into a type form so I could really dial in what they needed. That way, when we do make the product, it's amazing and we can scale that shit indefinitely. Here we are, it's launch day. We've done about 15.571K in 12 days. So that is phenomenal. And to put things into perspective, my first quarter of 2024, 3 months, I only made about, 2 to 3K take home profit. We scaled to 8K at 30% rev share. So now in the second quarter of 2024, I've already done 15K in the first 2 weeks. Now granted, that's only 7.5 take home profit for me. I have a 50% rev share. However, that is damn good. That's some serious growth. So my biggest takeaways from this experience, from what I've done, is number one, do not quit. Your growth is not linear. It's not gonna go up like that. It's like a hockey stick, right? You're gonna be going, you're like, fuck, nothing's happening. Bam! It's just gonna hit all at once. The only way you lose is if you quit. That's the only way. So do not give up. Number two, think outside the box. If you see something, take it and run with it that someone hasn't done before, run that shit up, because I guarantee you it will print. And if it doesn't, you'll learn a lot of skills along the way. Number three, have a team, bro. Have a network, have a community that actually helps you out, Your network is your net worth. You need those people in your circle that are pushing you, that are getting on your ass, that are firing you up because they're printing too, and they're helping you out, and you're all learning through osmosis. You're learning from each other's mistakes. That's gonna just make things way easier and way more fun. So that's pretty much where I'm at currently, and I just want to talk about why I like this business model so much, like the skill set, what I learned, and what you can actually do with it, because it's really high leverage. Wi-Fi, you can do this anywhere. I do this shit from my crib. I can do it in France. I can do it in Bali. I can just keep running this. I can travel, obviously, keep working diligently. It's gas. Like, you can do this anywhere. The value exchange is sick. You're helping people out. You're making money. Your clients are making money. Your other clients are making money. It's really cool to see people build their skills, their mindset, their physical growth. It's a really cool market for anything. You can literally monetize anything. I monetized a fucking how to make rugs offer. That's kind of stupid. but it's kind of sick at the same time. You can monetize fitness, that's very cliche. You can monetize a B2B offer, you know, business consultancy, anything like that, anything in between, how to make a clothing brand, how to scale it. So that's really cool that you can, you know, extract information from someone, put it into a product, and then scale it indefinitely, because you only have to make it one time. Obviously there's other aspects of fulfillment, but the client acquisition is so crazy because it's so leveraged by the media, by the content, by the creator, and you can orchestrate all of it behind the scenes. And if you ever want to have some type of digital product or offer of your own, this is the number one way to get some reps in before you do that. I would love to have a service one day, some type of, you know, program, some type of offer, some type of physical product, a clothing brand. Now I know how to do this. Now I really understand this market. So it's really just building this CEO skill set, which is fucking sick. It's so gas. I cannot explain it enough. What is next, dude? What's good with it? Pretty much, I just want to keep scaling this business to the moon, maybe get 1 or 2 more clients, keep it calm and cool and collected for a little bit, get the systems dialed in, kind of have it running passively, have some, you know, team hired out so we can really get this thing dialed. I don't know what the future is going to hold for me. I'm kind of dialing in the vision right now, but I definitely want to travel. I definitely want to keep running the business, keep networking, meeting all these sick people, you know, shout out Brady, shout out Eddie, shout out Yusuf, shout out Braden, shout out Dylan, Malcolm, shout out Tyler, like everybody in between, you know, they're lit. Justin, Ruben, Logan, like the list could go on, and I'm just saying random names, but these are all dope ass operators in the space. And I know you hear this word thrown around a lot, you know, growth operator, da 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 da. This business model's been around for a while, but I think Brady, my man, you really rebranded this shit and relabeled it, and it's really cool the wave you started, because there's cool movement going on in the info space that people are capitalizing on. People understand that you can monetize content, you can monetize a brand, a personality. So it's really sick to see where this is going, and to be immersed in this ecosystem is so high leverage. I throw around the word leverage a lot. That's my favorite word of the month. Last month it was infrastructure, but man, this shit's gas. Like, I love it, bro. The skill set's crazy, the network's lit, the money's gas. It's a blast, dude. So that's how I made 15.5K in 12 days. I'm gonna be breaking down another video after this, exactly step by step in the weeds process of how I did this, and that's gonna be next. So that's all for now. Appreciate you. Take care.